Hey guys, so obviously I'm in New York City, definitely, but in all the trips, well no, since the last time I came to New York, I never came to this memorial area, so I thought I would just show you guys, right? Because of course I came here to promote my seminar in the NYC, and I got a chance to actually see the size perspective of it. It's kind of cool, right? Obviously this is where the Twin Towers were. So I thought I'd do a video just about kind of recapping this seminar and not about the memorial, because it's more about teaching you guys the benefits of ketogenesis. So I think I want to go over what we actually spoke about, so you guys can take a look. It's actually a really, really gorgeous day today. You can see around me the fall trees are starting to well, they've already kicked in, but it's quite warm actually in contrast to yesterday. It was pretty cold, but I'm just dressed extra warm because I'm a weirdo from California. But I wanted to recap, it's windy, what happened. So we had a packed room, yes, and the premise of doing these seminars really is to go over the finite details of what I don't go over in my videos. So really, what I've learned from people is the actual kinds of metabolic damage that you guys have in the room, right? So we have discussions afterwards so you guys can see what's going on with everyone that's very similar. A lot of you guys don't seem to understand how to get down the fat. These are just basic stuff for me, but really important to other people. Some of the questions were like, how do you get all that fat down, and how do I put that in perspective on a plate all day long? So I began to explain this, right? So I said, if you're a woman, now I've explained this a little bit in videos. If you're a woman, I'm having this background, it's such a nice background. So if you are a woman, you want to keep your protein between 15 to about 18 grams of total protein per meal. So if I quantify that, get my little hand going, in my hands, that's going to be about 3 to 4 fingers, the fingers, right, protein. That's going to be about 75 grams in weight, or about 3 ounces. That's cooked, right? Because that's not a lot of protein, those 3 fingers. For men, it's going to be 4 to 5 fingers, right? So it's 4 to 5 ounces, or 100 to 125 grams of protein. Even if you're a guy, we had a guy in the room who was 6'4", even at 6'4", you have to be careful for the amount of protein. The biggest problem that I noticed with a lot of women in the room is that fear of eating fat. And that was a big discussion about fat and the gag response. Now, quite precarious, quite interesting. People don't, as they're very young, they tend to develop a gag response to spooning fat and swallowing it. Now, that never happened to me. So for me, you know, how do I get the fat in? Well, if I'm running out the door, I just take a spoon, and then I take a spoon, and then I take a spoon. That's it. It's not that big of a deal. The trees. Blah, blah, blah. But he took a picture of that. But really, it's about just putting some fat in some tea, and a lot of people who still are developing the gag response is to take a blender and blend up the fat. Coconut oil, the butter, into hot water, and you know, I can just use tea. People are like, what about the teas? And I go, well, I just use like herbs, leaves, you know, mint leaves, cinnamon, vanilla, orange rind. It's not that big of a deal, guys. And then for those who have a hard time palating the fat, you just whip it up, swallow it, put it in a thermos and swallow it if you need fat throughout the day. So that was one of the biggest things that we talked about. How to get that fat in, and what does the protein look like on a plate. Now, we also talked about how much carbohydrate should you do zero carb. You should never do zero carb because you need that prebiotic fiber. Now, if we had good guts, we wouldn't need prebiotic fiber. Look at that. Handful, right? It's about a cup. I don't mean packed, I mean a loose cup. And you just go 1, 2, 3 of cruciferous vegetables. Yeah, not the yellow squash, not the zucchini, not the bell peppers or paprikas, they call it in other countries, or the carrots or whatever, sweet potato, no onions, no, you can have spring onions. Loose, so you have carbs, right? Because 3 large handfuls of carbohydrates from broccoli is going to be about what, 6 carbs, but if you 7 carbs, maybe 6. But if you have the fiber minus the total number, you're probably only digesting about 3 carbs per meal. So it's really awesome how people's glucose do not tend to spike on cruciferous. The problem with cruciferous is for those who have histamine intolerance or thyroid problems, they tend to not be able to do WAS. Then you've got to semi-cook it. Okay, guys, I can't even talk, as usual. I still got energy, but a lot of clothes on. If you guys want to learn more, I'm going to be doing more seminars. I'm going to Australia next. Yay! I'm definitely excited about that. So if you want to learn more, you can go to stephanieperson.com. You can go to Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook fan page, Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagramming. And yeah, life is good, right? How lucky am I to be able to do travel vlogs about keto and to talk to you guys face to face? It's fantastic. I learn, you guys learn, we all learn, and I'm about to peace out.